Rex Tillerson will be America's top diplomat. He certainly faces a number of geopolitical challenges. There's how to deal with Moscow, there's unrest in the Middle East and growing tensions in Asia. They're just three of them.
As I enter the responsibilities of Secretary of State, that as I serve this president, I serve their interest and will always represent the interest of all of the American people at all times. And again, Mr. President, thank you for this extraordinary opportunity.
Mr. Tillerson faced more scrutiny and more opposition than is usual for such an appointment. His critics in Congress point to his business interests. He's the former head of ExxonMobil and his close ties with Russia. Our Washington correspondent David Willis has more on the Senate vote.
It went in the end 56 to 43. Every Republican voting in favor of Mr. Tillerson's appointment, virtually every Democrat voting against him. And this was one of the most contentious appointments of a Secretary of State in U.S. history. Members of the Senate committee, members of the Senate, I should say, questioning Mr. Tillerson on a range of different issues, not least his worldview as a man who was formerly the CEO of ExxonMobil. Also, whether he had the diplomatic skills to do the job of America's top diplomat, and his ties to Vladimir Putin, formerly business ties to the Russian president. And there was concern as well about foreign policy under the Trump administration, particularly this ban on people traveling from 7 predominantly Muslim countries to the US. How will Mr. Tillerson cope with that? Well, in the end, he was confirmed as the 69th Secretary of State. The first thing he will have to do on touching the ground is reassure his staff, many of whom are very wobbly about that whole travel ban.
Mexico's foreign ministry has said an account of the telephone conversation between the presidents of the United States and Mexico is based on absolute falsehoods.